And we are back streaming Neverwinter Night's original campaign, excuse me, sorry, official campaign, with our half-orc Warlock. Unfortunately I had to leave the last stream a little earlier than I expected, because we had a workman come over that my wife didn't tell me was going to be coming over and making a lot of noise, so had to stop the stream due to the extra noise. But we're back now, and we're just going to load up. Maybe next time I'll load first. It's almost done. So we are going to head in. We're going through the main dungeon at the graveyard at the moment. And I believe we're just waiting outside a door that was locked, but is no longer. Oh no, this is the corridor of death. Okay, so down this corridor, we'll be in there in a sec. So what I have played through of this campaign, this corridor coming up, so it's going to be a corridor coming down here, is one of the deadliest traps I have ever come across. So let me just confirm that I set all of my characters' behaviours to be puppet mode on.
How can I help? I am listening.
Yes.
This will stop
How can I help?
them from following. So we're going to send Nishka out front. She's going to start... where are we? Stealth. She's going to come up here. Now, there are multiple traps in this corridor. And so if we just pause for a second and we have a look, where are we? We have a look down there. You can't see it, but there are a couple of guys down the end of that corridor near that door. There's remains there. I don't know why there's remains there, but here you can just faintly see the outlines there, and there are two traps. Now there's a door right here. So trap, trap, door, and then there's trap, trap again. And when you get to this door, generally speaking, there'll be some guys that will sort of, the idea is that they have been stealthed and they just appear as you walk past. So even if you just say, well, screw these traps, and just run straight down this corridor and attack that skeleton down there, which your characters are liable to do, even if you do that, you are going to have problems, because these guys will appear out of stealth behind you. So what I'm going to try and do is see if I can come down this side of the corridor and not trigger them, but still get to the point where I can find and disable these other traps. I think there's one there and one just there. So let's see what happens as I come down here. So we've just found that trap. We haven't alerted that guy who is right there. If I can just ever so carefully sneak up here. Nope. Okay. So now
Lion behind me here.
let's change all of these guys to no longer in puppet mode.
I am listening.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking,
How can I help?
you're just about to get attacked. I don't know how much longer you've got to... Well, that was lucky. That was incredibly lucky. I'm going to try... See, there's the ones that have just appeared. Oh no, where are they? Have they appeared yet? No, we're hearing them on the other side of that door, but that door as well has them on the other side. So let's just come over here Take her out of stealth mode because we don't need it anymore. Let's bring...
I am listening.
Oh, we're all here? Good, we're all here.
Very well.
Yes.
So that's actually... I'm going to just quick save this again because that is the best I've ever done that corridor. And I've done it at least 5 or 6 times. Let's see if we can disarm that trap. And it's locked, so we're going to unlock that. Right, let's go back
Very well.
to the main character. Actually, no, let's let
Everybody, follow me.
Nishka can open that door. Pause.
All
Okay.
in behind me here.
And let everyone else just do whatever they want. So
I
there's
think
a
we've had enough of this one.
so there's a trap just through this door as well. So we don't actually want to go in there if we can help it. Okay, Nishka's going to go and try and do that trap. And we don't see any others, so she might be able to do that successfully without getting hit. And we can then go in. Very well. This is going so well this time. Only because I know what I'm doing, of course. But that's really good. So we've got a locked sarcophagus there and an unlocked one there. So let's send...
Yes.
You can go and unlock that one.
Very well.
Let's have a look. Gold, and what's down on this one? Gold. Very well. Now, there's more guys through here. We'll come back to that because we're going to go through here. There's more guys through here. So let's just... Can I see any of them? Yes, I can.
Time for a new one.
Love that. Love that chain. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but I love Eldritch Chain as a Warlock.
Give me a moment, and this will all be over.
Oh, now this is silly. Why I couldn't attack him through the wall, through the fence, I don't know. That mechanism's a little bit balked that it makes it look like they're stealth because they're behind that fence. I mean, you can see through it easily, and here, I'm on one side, other members on the other, and I can still see them. So that's a little bit screwed up. But, you know, this game is a few years old now. And you can't expect
How can I help?
everything. Okay, you can go around there. Let's get
Everyone, follow me.
you to heal her.
Bonaparte.
Much better.
Yes.
How about you disable that trap for us as well? Oh, very good. Okay, just going to use Nishka to do all of this just because she's the best person to open these sorts of things. Okay, so this is that little room that was cordoned off by a bit of railing as we came in. So that's good just to clear that. Get into there and clear that out. Right, so we've cleaned out that room over there, so no one's going to spring any surprises from behind us now. So I'll give the katana to our pack mule to carry. You're diseased and that's slowing
Everyone,
you down a
follow
little
me.
bit.
Yes.
I'm going to keep those and those because I will be selling them. Holy water. Actually, I'm going to let you keep that holy water. You might even use it at an advantageous point in time. But the rest of the stuff is going to go to me to be sold. Put it all in the magic bag. And what's that? Potion of Bless. Yeah, you can keep that. You might use that at an advantageous time as well. Actually, I should start doing that. Giving some of these potions to them and let them decide when's a good time to use it. There are certain things I will not give them. Later on we get a bowl, actually I think it might even be here, we get a bowl of elemental control or something like that. Actually, I think you can use those ribs to create wands. So we get a bowl that creates or controls water elementals, so you can summon a water elemental. And I gave that to Eleni one time, and she used it at the most ridiculous, inopportune times. I don't really expect that they will be any better when they're using... Oh, did I? No, I'm going the wrong way. Thought I missed that sarcophagus in this room, but no. I'm going in the wrong direction. Okay, so there's a few undead just in this general big corridory area. It's not really a room. So we're going to... What happened there? Why did I... Do I have my normal boosts still running on there? Yes, I must, because they've got those two little ones and I've got more than that, so I'm doing good. Okay. Some skeletons. Who says skeletons? Somebody somewhere says that on a TV show, or maybe it's another YouTuber I've seen. It's meant to be, it's a kid saying, trying to say skeleton and not really saying it properly. I don't know. I'm just rambling at the moment. Eldritch Chain. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. Right. So, we can come down to this room now, which is just a matter of clearing it out. There's nothing special in here. Oh, that's right. It's locked and it's trapped. So, let's let Eleni fix that all up.
Well. Looks like this lot needs some special attention.
Okay, looks like she's done both. Hopefully, because it didn't... Stealing all my kills. Okay. At least it's better than... I've been playing Neverwinter Nights 1 as well. I'm trying to get it so that I can play it on Twitch, but I'm having a few problems with frame tearing. And that's the only app that I've had any problems with. I've tried Baldur's Gate 1, Baldur's Gate 2, Neverwinter Nights 1, Neverwinter Nights 2, Sword Coast Legends, and I think I've even tested Pillars of Eternity. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But out of all those other games, the only one where I have any issues is Neverwinter Nights 1. And it's really weird. I'm running all of this on Linux, as I have said before in some other streams. And I'm running it on Ubuntu. However you want to pronounce that. Ubuntu. And, strangely enough, it seems really weird.
We've had enough of this one.
It seems like if I have the application window, because I'm not running at full screen, if I have the application window in the top left corner of my screen, it frame tears less than if I move it somewhere else. And if I do have it at the top left hand corner of the screen and it starts to tear a little bit, if I just grab the title bar and move it back and forth 1 or 2 pixels and just sort of make sure it's wedged up tight in the corner, it stops tearing and it
Everybody
settles down
follow
again
me.
for a little while. So it's very weird, but it's going to make it very hard for me to stream because I'm going to have to keep an eye somehow on the stream to see
Very well.
if it's currently tearing or not. So I really want to do it because I'm playing a half-orc sorcerer, and I'm playing the original campaign, and you get in that campaign a device that we found in this campaign just recently. But right at the start, in the very first in the tutorial playthrough, you get a rod of cold, a rod of frost, or whatever it's called, which allows you to cast the cantrip rod of frost. I can't remember the full name of it, but it's the frost cantrip basically. It allows you to cast it unlimited time. So much like a warlock, you can just every single round cast that. But when you do cast it, if you cast it at something and that thing dies, you still cast it and shoot it at the corpse. At least here, if I target something and put up several blasts aimed at it in the queue, and then that creature dies, it'll just wipe those out of the queue, which is good. So that's one improvement. Okay, we are about to go in here and face the big cleric who is raising the dead in here. Don't think there's anything else I really need to do to get ready for that. Ring of Resistance.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Very
can
well.
you can have that
Yes.
Ring of Resistance. It's also tempting, even though that is not considered a longsword, it is at least a +1, and it's a two-hander, so it's tempting to give that to you briefly so that you can race in there with a magical weapon in hand, because you've got a magical weapon.
Yes.
You don't, but that's all right.
Very well.
And I am magic personified in its raw form, so let's go and do this. Quick save. And let's get to here. It allows the guys to sort of line up a little bit, and then
Fresh materials to work with. Excellent. Attack, my children. Let us add their corpses to our army.
Let's see what they're made of.
okay, so this is where we're going to have fun, because if I target the priest, my chain is going to attack these zombies here as well. So I can target all of that. Now, you have the holy water, so let's use that, and let's chuck that at that zombie there and just see if that helps at all. You don't have anything, but you've got spells. Do you have anything useful here? Well, you know, oh sorry, I need to do the quick cast, don't I? You've already used your lightning body of the sun. What does that do again? And that lasts 1 round per level, so I should wait until she gets right into the middle of the combat before I cast that. Actually, entangle. Right. Well, it's going to take a little bit of time, so let's put it right there. It's probably not a bad idea. And what I should do is hold Kelgar back. Kelgar? What did I just say? Because you're about to get held. Okay, he's not listening. This Shadow Priest is almost dead.
Feel no
Oh, helps if I actually target him, doesn't it? Who got charmed? No? Nobody. Well, you did cast that fire thing didn't you? Rightio. Let's move up here. I'm not going to talk to this guy yet. I want to look in the chest first. Not that it really matters all that much. Okay. Heavy shield +1. I don't think I think you've already got one, so it's not worth doing anything with that. I'm going to put that in my bag. There we go. Dual claws, that scroll. This headband of intellect. It's really not. I didn't actually mean to equip that. I meant to examine it. This really isn't all that useful to me as a Warlock. My intelligence is already 14. If I pump it up, it's not actually going to do anything. I'm not going to get extra skills or anything like that. It might bump up my concentration. Is that... what is that based on? Constitution. Okay. It might bump up my law, which is based on intelligence. And it might bump up my spellcraft, which is also based. So let's see. 19, because I've got those other bonuses on there. And 17, that's not going to change. So let's do it. Let's put it on, because I don't have anything else to wear at the moment. And I'm the only one who's going to really benefit from any intelligence boost. So let's have another look. 19, yeah, 19, yeah, it didn't change any of those. Probably if I took off, which was it? Oh, it was one of my buffs that was doing it. Yeah. I'll wear it for now, but it's not really something I need in the long run. I will end up taking it off. You can see it on me here. I think I've seen a bug with it as well, because I've seen it actually on one of my characters when they no longer actually were really wearing it. So that was a little bit weird. Let's have a look. In that chest. So this scrap of parchment is useful, talking about the fact that they're trying to set up an army on the edge of the mare, or at least they're setting up supplies. No, I want to open this. Okay, let's chuck that in, that, and that. Let's give that to you. And give you back that, because you at least have a bonus to that. Okay. What? Let's be gruff. Let's go and pull this lever, which opens up those doors, and also somehow trips us to talk to the commander. It's a miracle you came along. I was certain I'd be drawing the corpses down here soon enough. Are you all? You must be Commander Tam of Fort Lock. Yes, I am. Did Lieutenant Vallis send you to find me? He must be gloating right now. He warned me not to send another patrol until we received reinforcements from Neverwinter. Lieutenant Vallis sent me to find out what happened to the patrols. It's a good thing he did. I have much to report, and the men need to be prepared to deal with this new threat. The necromancer interrogated me thoroughly on the strengths and weaknesses of Fort Lock's troop numbers, defense strategies, the experience of the men. He must have been planning to attack using the undead he was raising. He had enough to defeat the garrison. You fought through most of his forces to reach me. You know as well as I do he didn't have the numbers to bring down the fort. Perhaps if he had additional forces coming from the north, say from Highcliffe, then he may have had a chance of success. Even though he would have needed to surprise the fort, which would be unlikely, news of Highcliffe falling would spread like wildfire. Fort Lock would be ready. Why would he want to attack the fort? That's a question I've been trying to answer as well. You fought through most of his forces to reach me, you know as well. Perhaps he had, even then he would need I'm sure the fort would have held. Of that I'm certain, but that leaves more questions than answers. I've been wondering how this Shadow Priest planned to take the fort with the undead he had. He just didn't have the numbers. Perhaps if he had it, Was the necromancer working alone? He spoke with a shade of some sort from time to time. I heard a name, Black Garius. I gather he's the one giving the orders. Are you able to travel? That shadow priest tossed me around for a bit, but it wasn't anything serious. I can travel. I was separated from my men as we fought our way in. Some may still be down here. If they're still alive, I won't feel right leaving them here, but I also need to return to the fort. Okay, I'll leave it up to you. If we return to the fort, I'd appreciate if you'd make a return trip and try to find them. Let's look for your men. How many do you think there are? I had 3 with me when we entered this crypt. I hope they're all still alive. We should get moving. The longer we wait, the less likely we are to find any of them alive. Okay, so to break the 4th wall, I do know where they all are, and I know that the exit's that way, so we're going to go this way. Now, I was going to say I don't remember if there's anything down here, but there is definitely these skeletons. Right, and there's another one down there, a zombie. Make that 2. 3. And there we go. Right, so there's a door here on the left at the end. No, I thought there was a trap along here somewhere, but I can't see anything, so I guess we're safe. Okay, there is some baddies in here.
I think we had it.
And they're all down. Good. So here's one of the guys alive. Commander, you're alive. Thank the gods. I see my training wasn't wasted on you, Brunel. That might not be right. It might not be pronounced Brunel, but I know of the famous English engineer, Brunel. So I'll call it Brunel, because I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it any other way. And you can thank our rescuers here for your lives. Can you make it out of here on your own? I shouldn't be a problem. I'm guessing you've already cleared the way for me. I'll report back to the fort right away, Commander. Good to see you alive, sir. Let's keep moving. We still haven't found all of my men. Yes, I know. We have 2 more. Let me just double check. There wasn't anything in that room, was there? No. So let's head on down this way. It's the last part of the crypt, I guess it is, that we haven't explored yet. Okay, so there's a door there. I know there's some bad guys behind that door, but there's a trap here somewhere. There we go. And there's bad guys down there, and she just triggered the trap because she was too impatient. That's alright. We're doing okay.
Give me a moment, and this will all be over.
Wow, I missed. That's alright, they didn't. Oh, and they're all done. Okay. Wow, okay. Was that Commander Tam saying that? Tan, not Tam. It's double N. Okay. Wow, he's just going for it, so... Oop. What am I doing? What am I doing? That's better. 2 down. And we're done. Okay, so one of the guys didn't make it. I think we have to wait until combat is finished. Okay, it looks like we got here too late. Losing a man is never easy. We did our best. That we did. At least I know he died fighting, and I can give Garrett here a proper burial. Oh, am I? I'm poisoned? Wow. Let's keep going. We still haven't found all of my men. Yep, there's only one more to find. Let me just double check there's nothing else in that room. Nope. Let's come out this way. Let's come up here. Because this will be the last room then. Let's wait for everybody to catch up. Ah, that's right. There's nothing in this room. It's this final room here. We always forget that one.
Yes.
Nishka, come and unlock that, please. It's not trapped as well, is it?
Very well.
Actually,
How can I help?
you can open it.
Very well.
You just come over to there. No? Ah, nope. Stay here.
Yes.
Traps on the floor. You can actually, once I get closer, once we actually disarm this, if you actually look, you can see the outline. See that very distinct outline? And if we then just look that way a little bit, there's another one up there with the same distinct outline. If they hadn't have been detected yet, we would have been able to see them anyway. There's not one any further up. If you sort of zoom out and down a bit, you can't see anymore. So that's good. Okay, but we'll just do that just in case. Yep, that's good. Okay. Commanded by the gods, am I glad to see you, and you, Blaine, but thank our rescuer here, not me. I was just glad you were able to survive. No small feat that, still, we won't have been around much longer if you hadn't shown up. I thank you for finding my men for me. It's time we return to the fort. I've got to prepare the men for what we found down here. Okay, so we shall do that. The problem is going to be what we're going to do about Commander Varlas, because he doesn't want to give up command of the garrison. And the first time I played through this, I fought him, killed him, but the game glitched, and even though Commander Tam survived, once I got to the fort, I couldn't really talk to him properly. So I reloaded the save, and I went through to the thing again, and I worked out, I did finished got to the point of talking to Varlas again, and this time I worked out what to do, and I talked my way through it all, and we ended up arresting him, and he gets hung, and that worked, and I've done that ever since. But I think I want to kill Varlas this time, so I'm going to quick save here. Let's head back. So I think I'm just going to fight him this time and see if we can get it to work properly. The problem is, if it doesn't work, it's going to take forever for it to load the whole thing again. So you're not going to like me when that happens, but we'll just do what we can. So here we are. Commander, it's good to see you alive and well. I'm sure you have a report ready once you return to the fort. He seems pleasant enough right now. That I will, Lieutenant. We have much to discuss. Assemble the officers. I'll be with them shortly. You will report directly to me, and I shall brief the others on relieving you of duty. What's gotten into you? I've given you your orders. Now carry them out. I am the commander of Fort Lock now, Tan. You will brief me, then return to your quarters, or I will have you arrested for insubordination. I can do most any of these first options here and still end up killing him. I'm not going to do leave me out of this. The commander has given you your orders, Valis. It's your duty to carry them out. I'm not about to watch the garrison fall apart again because of you, Tan. The loss of 3 patrols was a direct result of your failure to prepare the men properly. You are unfit for command. The men were as prepared as they could be, Lieutenant. If you had any issue, you could bring it up with my superiors. This is not the way to handle it. I've heard enough. Men, arrest him. If he resists, use any force necessary to subdue him. Fine, I don't mind spilling the blood of some traitors. Indeed, I think I've been more than patient with you. Men, kill them.
We are no.
Do. Guess what, Valis? You die first.
The land is
Well, maybe not.
That's all you got?
So he runs back. I'm going to let him. I'm not even going to try and catch up with him. I'm going to loot these bodies and see what happens when I get to the fort. So he's got
I
apparently...
am overburdened. Perhaps you should bear some of my load.
Chainmail +1, so I can't use that, but I could give that to Eleni, for example.
I am listening.
What is your armor if I give you that? 21. That is worthwhile.
I am... What?
Yes, you are burdened. Don't worry, we shall put that in the sack here, and it helps enough that we can now go and go back to the fort and sell up. So let's hope that this has worked. If not, we're going to have to load from the old save. So he's there. Let's see if I can talk to Commander Tan. Yay, it's worked this time. I don't know what I did different last time, but that's good. I've already spoken with Marshal Cormac. The patrols to West Harbour will resume right away. I can't believe Valis allowed security to deteriorate like this. I've also spoken with our Smith Jacoby. He's been given orders to make whatever spare equipment we might have lying around available to you. He'll charge you cost for the items. I wish I could afford to give them to you, but the money counters back in Neverwinter would have my head for that. So with all that out of the way, is there anything else I can help you with? And no, there isn't. Good to see you again. Thanks for getting my men out of the crypt. Shame we lost Garrett, but I suppose we're fortunate there were any survivors at all. The garrison seems to attract a lot of attention. That it does. Fort Lock seems plenty of battles. Not a surprise since we're guarding the only road in and out of the mare. Still, the walls have stood up to everything, even that bloody affair against some self-proclaimed King of Shadows. I wasn't around for that one, but I hear that the closest Fort Lock ever came to falling. These walls weren't built to stop demons after all. Still, she held up. That's why I don't understand what that necromancer was up to. Maybe he found a weakness. Maybe that's why I've ordered my sergeant to make a full review of our defences. This fort stood up for generations. I don't want to be known as the commander who finally lost it. Can you tell me about the King of Shadows? Garrison lore has it that he was some sort of warlock leading a pack of demons. The story goes that Neverwinter finally cornered him in West Harbour and killed him along with the rest of the village. The surviving demons fled north to this fort and tried to take it. The garrison held and the demons were hunted down. Glad I wasn't there for that. The lore makes it sound like a bloodbath. Farewell. Actually, I didn't do this before. I should go and grab all of the crafting supplies out of that crate. I just want to sell them. I don't need them. I'm not going to use them. I don't have any skills
I am overburdened.
in any
Perhaps you should
of
bear some
that.
of my load.
Oh, yes. Okay, we'll slowly waddle on over. Speak to Marshal Cormac, and then we'll talk to Galen, and actually we'll probably go straight to Jacoby this time. I'm just glad I could help. Oh, Commander Tanner's back. Valis is taken care of, and it looks like the patrols will be starting again soon. Not bad at all. Just glad I could help. Seem to have a knack for solving problems. I could use someone like you. I can reward you properly for this back in the city. It shouldn't be any trouble convincing Captain Brelina that you deserve a little something for helping me out. Stop by the city guard barracks if you find yourself looking for work in Neverwinter. As for me, I'd best get moving. I've already spent too much time here. And off he goes. Cool. We'll speak to Galen. Glad I could help. Show me what you have to sell. So now every time I go there, I have to say, glad I could help and then I can buy stuff from him. Let's get rid of... Oh, that's right. Some of this stuff I can't sell because it's worth less than 1 gold. Right. Let's... Oh, look. My health suggests that it hasn't picked up the fact that
I am overburdened.
my silver shard is
You should bear some of my load.
back in here. We wanted to keep that armor, we wanted to keep that amulet, that ring of insight we're selling. Keep... Oh, hang on. Bring that back. 2 potions of antidote. Let's keep them in there. Sell that. Sell that. That. Heavy shield. Ghoul's claws. Gold strength. Cat's grace. Copper necklace. And the scale mail. Great. We're going to dump those back in the chest back there. I don't think... Yeah, you don't have anything we want. And I don't think this guy has anything new, really. But we'll go and talk to him and see what it looks like he has there. Continue. Show me what you have for sale. You won't have any armor. Doesn't really look like he's got anything new as far as weapons.
Yes.
That's not a magical greatsword, is it? It is a greatsword +1. Why did I swap that out? And we've still got this stuff to sell. Man, I was silly before. I forgot that I'd gotten the greatsword +1.
Everyone follow me.
And did you have anything that needed to be sold? No.
How can I
What
help?
about you?
Fall in behind me here.
So that. I wonder why this is lagging all of a sudden. Noticed this the other day. System's running alright. Okay, we've sold all of that, and as we saw, there wasn't anything in here that we really wanted. Although that might be useful. Let's have a look. No. So this is what I was talking about in the last episode. I don't like weapons like this where bonus damage, fire, 2. I would much rather have something like this that does bonus damage acid 1d4. Even though that's variable, and it could sometimes do 1, or 2, or 3, or 4 extra damage, the fact that it can do more extra damage rather than just a straight 2 points, I much prefer that. The randomness does mean that sometimes you'll do less, but it also means sometimes you'll do more. Which is obvious, but, you know. So there are a couple of magical weapons that I've found in here that have seemed like they were quite good weapons. And then I look at them and go, you know what, I don't want to use that because that was this one we just sold. But see, this is a 1d4 weapon, but it does an extra 1d4 electrical damage. That's good. Just doing 2 extra points of fire damage. This is good. 1d6 bonus damage versus evil. That's good. I mean, you'd like it to be 1d6 permanently, but beggars can't be choosers, as they say. You know, and I don't like these ones, particularly fear. That I don't use any of the fear-based crowd control, because you then have the thing that you've just hit with fear is going to immediately turn and run away, and you've got to chase them down. And that can be quite a chore to chase them down. I'm going to rest here and just see if it can clear up this, there we go, that debuff that I had on me. How much can I sell that for? Because I don't know that I really want it. It's not actually doing anything. I'm not going to have any character, any NPC that's going to make any decent use of it. Although I could keep it for sand. How much is he going to give me for it? 2,400. No, I'm selling it. Not much sense keeping it. And you won't give me anything for those molds, so... Excuse me, so we'll get rid of those. I've sort of looked at the crafting system here, and it seems to be a lot of work for very little gain. Tried playing a ranger that crafted his own bows, and you can get some good money for them, but it then becomes really hard to find the woods that you need. It's not like you can just find a tree and chop it down of the right type. You know, you want the duskwood, or you want the Sheridan wood, or whatever they are called. You know, you want the specific woods. And it's not like you can just go and farm them and use them and make bows. So, yeah. Okay. Let's just quick save here. We have finished everything in this area, really. Is there a way to get to the world map from here? I don't think there is. You've got to go to the world map transition. Okay, so we've done everything in this area. We might as well head to Highcliff and hit our little cutscene.
You're risking your entire ship by going out there, Captain. Ignore me if you will, but at least listen to your own men.
We're leaving port right now. Nothing's stopping the shipment to Neverwinter, especially not a pack of lizard folk. What are you lot just standing there for? Bring up the sails! Man the oars!
The fool is risking a ship worth 10 times the cargo he's carrying. And for what? For the sake of a few extra gold for an early delivery.
It's not really an early delivery. It's probably late, actually. Sailing the seas is always risky.
Aye, but he's trying to set sail when we've got lizard folk going out of their way to sink every boat coming out of this village. A good captain is a fool to think he can sail out without drawing the attention of the lizards.
Harbor Master! Out there! Looks like the lizard folk have themselves another victim.
And I think we've all learned a lesson here. If I say it's too dangerous to sail, it's too dangerous to sail. All right, lads, see what we can do to help those sailors. Let's just hope the lizard folk let them swim ashore. Sorry, but I've got my hands full here. Some of the other sailors should be able to fill you in.
I wonder why they're all barely injured. What have they been doing to be injured? The Harbour Master's uninjured, though. All very strange. Let's talk to Gurishnak. You're a strange-looking group. What do you want? We're looking for a ship that'll take us to Neverwinter. You and half the town. You ain't heard then. No ships to Neverwinter Hells, no ships in or out of the harbour, in or out of Highcliff, till they put a stop to the lizard folk and their sabotaging. I'm just standing watch while the men try to repair the Double Eagle again. We tossed nets down into the water last time, hoping to catch us some of the lizards. It didn't work. The lizards just cut their way through the nets and damaged the ship anyhow. Clever beasties, I'll give them that. So everyone's just stuck here, pretty much, unless you're one of them crazies who'll actually try to get anywhere on foot. Roads just aren't safe nowadays. Makes me glad I'm a sailor. Where are the lizard folk coming from? No one knows. The village elder's been poking around and our captain's been digging up rumours over at the inn. Nothing as of yet, though. Plus, people are nervous because one of the villagers went missing last night. All sorts of rumours flying around about undead and other nonsense. They're just a big mess right now. Where can I find the village elder? What do I look like, a tour guide? Go ask someone who actually lives here. Where's the inn? Middle of the village, naturally. You can't miss it. Lots of drunk crewmen there. While we wait to hear if it's safe to sail again. I'll be going now. I'm not going to try and bribe him or anything. I know it's not going to work. For some reason I couldn't click. Highcliffe. Well, hello yourself. Oh boy. Suppose we should save in Highcliffe. We haven't done that yet. There we go. Okie dokie. So these sailors are going to be a bit of a pain, so let's just put them out of our misery. Well now, what's all this? A travelling circus? Easy, one of them's a harbourman. Harbourman? Like I care what a swamp farmer can do. Seems to me there's the makings of a joke in you four. A dwarf, tree worshipper, demon, and a swamp-smelling harbourman walk into a tavern. Obviously he hasn't picked up yet that I'm a half-orc as well. Well now, we may have walked in, but it seems to me someone's about to go flying out. Seems to me these men are in bad need of a lesson. Now you're talking my language. Come on, let's see how these fools like taking an early nap. There's no reason to fight. This is ridiculous. Too late now. We made the mistake of letting Kelgar open his mouth. Come on, let's get this trouble over with. How often does this happen? Trust me, things were slowing down a bit before we came here. Now it's about back to normal. Do do do. Eleni's asking us to be, peaceful and not kill everyone, and yet she lightning storms the lot of them. Now then, that was a fine bit of sport, wasn't it? Turned out all right, I admit. Of course it did. We made a good fighting team. We didn't need to fight Kelgar. Next time, rein it in. It's hard to steal from someone when they think you're going to attack them. If we're done making more enemies, let's move on. Moving on is a sound plan. Fine, I say we try and find another tavern. There's bound to be more drunks needing a punch or two. Let's see what they've got. A rapier, which we can sell. And a copper ring, which we can do likewise. Okay, so we'll talk to the captain. If you don't mind, I'm trying to drown my sorrows here. Are you the captain of the Double Eagle? Captain of a ship that can't sail, that's me. Here to rub salt in my wounds, are you? My father, Dagon, said you could help me get to Neverwinter. Dagon, eh? Still playing farmer in that swamp village, is he? I'd be happy to grant you passage, but as you can see, we're all stuck here for now. No ships in or out of Highcliffe on account of the attacks, which means I've got a shipload of cargo rotting at the docks until this mess is sorted out. And let me tell you, there's merchants in Neverwinter who'll have me hanging from the gallows if I can't get my cargo there, and soon. Who's responsible for the attacks? Lizard folk. What in the hell's they're doing this far north is beyond me, but they're certainly causing enough trouble. No one's got the nerve to go after them, though. Can't say I blame them either. Can't you just repair your ship and leave? I've already repaired it twice, each time some lizard folk punches another hole in the hull without so much as a sound. I've got guards posted on watch all day and night, and it still keeps happening. Even tried nets. Who knew those walking lizards hated ships so much? Any idea where the lizard folk are coming from? I don't know. If I did, you could bet I'd be telling the village elders to go after them. The old man didn't want to risk the villagers, though, so here I am, still. Is there anything I can do to convince you? No. How do you know my father? Dagan and I adventured together for a while, crawling around in dark tunnels, getting clawed and bitten just for a bit of gold. He was good to have around, kept calm under the worst conditions, and always had your back in a fight. Thing is, we both got tired of being punctured by nasties trying to keep us out of their lairs. I had enough gold saved up and got into the shipping business. Sounds like my father led an exciting life. Sure, if you like getting poked, stabbed and shot at. I've had my fill of running for my life. Now I get stuck in a village like everyone else. Okay, farewell. Nothing else I'm going to get out of him that's going to be of any use. Let's go and talk to this drunken sailor. Not going to do that interaction just yet. Oh no, that's right. Okay, so this guy sells armor. Let's see what he's got. I don't recall if there's anything I want or not. Well met, I'm Dario. If you need armor, please let me know. I'm the only armor in Highclef, so if you've been needing anything, there's nowhere else to go. Don't sound too happy about that. Isn't lack of competition a good thing? I guess, but there really ain't much call for my work in a small town like this. Why don't you go to a bigger city then? I'd need someone to work for first. In a big city, it can be hard to compete with all the other armourers who already have steady customers. I'd like to see your wares. So he is one of the vendors that you can eventually get to come to the castle that you have, or your stronghold, if you want to call it that. Right, so let's see. I'm wearing my studded leather +1, which at the moment is giving me an armor class of 22 because I've got +3 there, so it's 3 and 3 is 6, so that's 16, 17 because it's +1, 18 because of the ring of protection that I've got, and 19, so where's the extra 3 points coming from? Oh, protection versus evil, maybe? Examine? I really don't know. Let's experiment. Let's take that off. Nope, that didn't drop it down. Let's take that off. That dropped it down by 1. Fortitude? No. What else? That only gets it to 20. Why is my natural armor class 16? Oh, of course, I keep forgetting that. So there's the +3 from my dexterity. 4, 5. Okay, so this is giving me 3, 4 points extra at the moment to 19. Right. Chain shirt +1, even though it only goes to there, that will give me... Did I have anyone
I am
else
listening.
with a chain shirt +1? It's chain
How can I help?
mail. That's a chain shirt. Okay, I'm going to upgrade you to a chain shirt +1, but while I do it, let's just check, is there any other armour I can use? Leather armour +1, padded armour +1, studded leather +2. Okay, so let's buy the chain shirt +1. What does that get me to? That does get me to 20, but when I use this buff, what do I get to? 21. I'm still 21 when I use that, even with that buff. So that's not helping as much as I would like. That's because with the buff I'm now +5, and that's, examine, the maximum that can do. So the 3 and the 5 is 8, 9, 10, Where's the 11th point coming from? Oh, it's +1. Yeah. So that's where the extra point comes from. Silly me. So, that makes it 21. So yeah, 10 and 9 is 19, 20, 21. Right. But I get the same when I wear that. But I might as well just buy this. And that makes me 22, and then I can just sell that. Okay, what?
How can I help?
You now have chainmail +1. Is there anything else there that you can use that's any good? Various helmets which aren't worth it. Studded leathers.
I am listening.
That's right, the best armor for Eleni is a breastplate, if I remember rightly, because she only has +3 on dex already, and this can do 5 and 3 is 8, whereas that armor there, that chain +1, is 5 and 2 +1. So that only has a maximum of 7 +1 is 8, whereas the breastplate has 5 and 3. I worked that out. +1 is 9. So the breastplate is a medium armor, and it's a better armor to use if you're in medium. It's the best armor if you've got the dex bonus. Because she has +3. If she was to get any more dex, which she won't, because I'm not going to give her any more, then she would be better to look at something else maybe. I don't think there is anything else in the hide armor doesn't give you... Oh, it gives you 4 maximum, but that's still 3 and 4 is 7, so you're still better off using the breastplate. She can use the skin of the forest though. What is that? 2 and 6. Not worth it. Not worth it. Because she doesn't have high enough dex. So we're going to buy the breastplate +1.
I am overburdened.
Yes, I know, but not for long.
You should bear some of my load.
And we'll sell that.
I am listening.
And so now 25. There we go. They're both +1, but she gets an extra point out of that.
I am over very well.
So what was that? That was chainmail +1. Oh, that's right. No one else can use that because it's different from a chain shirt. Sorry, I wanted to sell that. There we go. Don't need to view that.
Follow me.
Is there any better armor for you? You've got half plate +1. Don't really think there's much better than that except going to full plate. So that's 7 and 0. And what was your dex? 13, so it's only +1. So if you went to banded mail, 6 and 1 is 7 anyway. So that's no different. The breastplate would be 5 and 1 would be 6, so that's no good. The chainmail would be 5 and 1, which is 6, so that's no good. The full plate is 8 and 1, so that's 9. So that is a better option, and I'm going to have to buy that for you. Because that's going to be better, even though it's not magical, that's going to be better than your half plate, because your half plate is 7 and 0, but it's +1, so it's basically 8, and that's 9 without even being enchanted, so we're definitely going to go that way. Hide armor we've already looked at is no better. Scale mail 4 and 3, no, definitely no better. So full plate it is for
Very well. I am overburdened.
Yes, yes, yes.
Perhaps you should bear some of my load.
Bingo, 19. And he doesn't yet have...
I am very
And
well.
I think I can do things like amulets of
Follow me.
armor on here. No, hang on, I didn't take that
Fall
off properly.
Behind me here.
If I take off that, and give them both to Kelgar as a test... Oh, we're going to sell that. Hang on. Give both of these.
Yes.
I can give him a Ring of Protection, which takes him to 20, and an Amulet of Natural Armor, which takes him to 21. That's good. That is really good. I'm not going to do that just yet. But it's options to
Very well.
pump up his stats even further. So let's see, who's got the best AC at the moment?
Everyone
I'm on
follow me.
22, and Eleanor's on 22 as well. And that's partly because she's using a magical shield. And you're on 19,
Yes.
and you're on 19, I believe. So we're all at a bit of a parity there.
Follow me.
Yes.
Very well.
Right. And you don't have... Yeah, no trinkets. You don't have anything else that's really of any use. So, let's come down here. We've still got 26,000 gold. How we carry it, I don't know, but I've mentioned that multiple times before. Welcome to Branson's. If you thought you'd shopped at the best, you haven't been to Branson's yet. My apologies, I'm just trying out a new slogan. What do you think? I like it. Because I do, I think it's alright. Why thank you, came up with it myself too. Say, you're not dressed like the other sailors rummaging around town. It seems Highcliffe has been quite a hub of activity ever since patrols along the high road became scarce. It's a good time for business, I tell you. You'll find that I have pretty nice stock of goods here. With all the travellers coming in, I've managed to get my hands on some real bargains. Is there another way to Neverwinter besides ship? Sure, if you've got a small army with you. Until they can get more patrols on the roads, a ship is your best bet right now. Which doesn't really help you since all of the ships are grounded for the time being. Why are the ships grounded? Well, I'm sure you've heard about the attacks on our ships. No one can travel north unless they're willing to risk the high road, and that's out of the question. Then that William fellow disappeared up at the old castle ruins, and of course people keep whispering about ghosts and other strangeness during the evenings. And what do you think about all this? To be honest, I think the attacks on our ships are just a prank that's gotten out of hand. And of course people are going to see strange figures lurking around in the dark at night. You've got a bunch of sailors stranded here, usually drunk. So what do you have for sale? You won't be disappointed. Have a look. That's right. Yes, yes, yes. Concentration bonus. I think the wizard's hat does the same thing, but you know what? I like the look of the mage's skull cap a little bit better. And I've played a swashbuckler and used that hat briefly until I got the better one at whatever that does absolutely nothing. I'm going to buy the mage's skull cap for now. So there we go. Got my stylish skull cap on. Looks quite nice. Covers my bald spot. I am bald, aren't I? Oh no, covers my mohawk. Terrible. I'm going to have hat hair though. It's going to really mess things up, and I can't sell any of those yet. So, bolts of fire, bullets, club +2, dwarven war axe +2, fire axes, they're throwing axes, hand axe, the hierarch's blade, that's a falchion I believe. Some of these weapons are not right. A falchion isn't a large two-handed sword. Falchion is a one-handed sword. Anyway, that's actually not bad. A +4 against outsiders, because all of those bladelings, they fall under the outside. I think whenever I've played a ranger, I've always used the first favoured enemy that I gave the ranger was always outsiders in this adventure. I haven't got all the way through, of course, but I've played it for a little while, and it's quite good. Hammer +2, longsword +2, arrows are piercing, pointers and arrows, ravager, examine. This is a halberd, which does an extra 1d6 sonic damage. That's very nice. And sentinel is a battle axe, but nothing really great. Wish there were some better weapons there. Amulet of Will, lesser amulet of health. That makes you immune to disease and poison. Would have been good at the undead dungeon there. In fact, we're going into another undead dungeon in a little while. Ring of Wisdom, a Parapet of Wisdom, Ring of Protection, Ring of Resistance, Silver Ring. Why can't I scroll? Looks like there should have been more items in that list. What do you have for sale? Go to here, go to here. Okay, Silver Ring must have been the last item in the list. You know what? For 861, I'm going to buy that Ring of Protection, and I'm going to give it to you, Kilgar, because you're always going to be on the front line.
Yes.
Bump your AC up a touch. Would have liked some more, like, gauntlets of armor class or things like that. Normally I'd buy healing kits, but you know what? We're doing alright at the moment. We haven't really needed a lot of healing.
Everybody, follow me!
I've often, though, tried to make sure that every character had, like, 5 healing kits.
Yes. Yes.
I could just buy
Very
5 and give them
well.
to Eleni. Couldn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But each one of them costs, well, takes a pound of weight. And I don't want to be carrying that much, so there was nothing else in here. I'm going to keep that leather armor for now. Yeah, I'm still getting the bonus from that. I won't once I save, though. Yeah, I think I've bought everything there that I need to. Let's just do a quick save. Okay, so again, there's sort of like a bunch of quests in here. These two guys have their sons who've run away. And we sort of do these quests in different order. There's a guy over here, just up north, not north, east actually, because we're facing north is up that way, up this way. There's a guy up here. Oh, don't forget to put my combat expertise mode on. There's a guy up here who is who's heard people creeping around his house, and he wants you to help him. So we're going to do that in a sec. But first of all, we just want to talk to these guys. Well, you must be the newly arrived adventurers we've been hearing about. Surely you don't remember me? You, the guys that I just rescued at the Weeping Willow Inn. Don't wish to oppose, but we could use your help. We have some money. What seems to be the problem? 2 days ago, our son Andrew ran off to the old Highcliffe Castle ruins with one of his friends. They were forbidden to leave the village, but they slipped away without us noticing. It's hard to keep an eye on them all the time, with all the troubles about. I see, and they haven't returned. No, it's been days. We asked the village elder to send some men to look for them, but he refuses to risk anyone searching for them while Highcliffe is in danger. With Junie's husband disappearing up at the ruins as well, the elder has become too cautious. We've been hoping another such as you would be able to help us. I'll look for them. I'm sure they're fine. Oh, thank you. We're not so worried. We're both so worried. With the attacks on our ships and William disappearing, we've been at wit's end. Anything could have happened to the boys. I'll return when I found them. Why are we wasting our time looking for 2 kids? We have more important things to do. Then it's a good thing you're not making the decisions, isn't it, Tiefling? Don't start with me again, Dwarf. You're I'm mostly interested in the reward. If we can find them... See, that's pushed me towards evil again. And I've lost influence with Eleni. the children first, then the gold. I hope I do not have to remind either one of you of that. I was hoping you might show a bit more compassion considering how difficult life here is in the mere for a child, and the wilds of Highcliff are likely no better. Okay, well, I haven't done that option before, so I wasn't sure what that was going to do. 1664. I mean, yeah, I'm going to be having so much trouble. I'm going to be so far. I'm going to be pushed to be good when I get to Neverwinter, because I'm going to join the Watch, and basically everything you do at that point is considered good. Actually, there's one other. I keep forgetting. That there. That is actually a power-up that gives you a +1 bonus to all saving throws. That's what it says it does. None of these other ones are things that you can actually do. You can't drag them down here. They don't give you any... there's not some feature that you can turn on or off. You can do that one, but that's done down there as well. But that is another little buff. So... And Blessed of Wiki. And there we go. You there, a little help please. What seems to be the problem? There are noises coming from inside my house. It must be thieves. I'll go have a look. Thank you. My home is on the right. Is the one right in front of me. Oh, and do try to be careful, will you? There's a lot of fragile and valuable things in there. Of course. Okie dokie. So there's nothing valuable in this little antechamber, the front room. And there's a bunch of guys in here. So as soon as we come in here, we'll get the speech. Dullahay, quiet your fools, you're making too much noise. Shove off, Dullahay, don't recall no one putting you in charge here. Shove off, taste my steel, dog. I ain't afraid of blast, it's the militia, we're hanged men for sure. Stand and fight's coward, we'll kill him quick and dump him in the sea, no one will be the wiser.
Nature will have its say.
Really? For that, you die first, Dullahay. Well, maybe not, but I'm definitely killing you. Whoa! That's good, she got healed. That's fine. Man, that guy's resisting. Oh, helps if I actually queue up the next attack, doesn't it? Why am I blocking the door? Yes, I was. Damn it. No wonder she's almost dead. And there we go. But look, there's no use rushing out straight away and telling this guy that we've saved everything when we could just have a little bit of a look around. Now, first thing to note, if you don't look carefully, you may not notice that there's a vase right there which has an amethyst inside it. She's just unlocked or untrapped that cabinet. There is also nothing else in this room. So let's get this cabinet unlocked so we can see what else is in there. Sorry, just checking on my stream rate. Oop. Okay, so that's done.
Very
Let's see
well.
what's in there. Just 3 gold pieces. 3 gold pieces. That was it. Okay.
Everybody, follow me.
No, we're not going to follow you. We just want you to open the lock on the door, please. And then you might as well open the door itself and head on in, because there's a couple of other things in here that we need you to have a look at. We need you to untrap this chest. Yes, that's correct. That's what we want. And then unlock it. And I don't really mind if you open it. And then let's see what's in this table. Thieves' tools. Not really all that useful. So let's have a look at what that ring was.
What?
It is a ring of resistance +1.
Yeah?
You already got one.
Yes.
So you can have one too.
What?
Oop! Wrong button. That's okay. Didn't do anything bad, it just renewed my buff, which hadn't worn off anyway. These buffs, as a Warlock, they last for 24 hours, which is just amazing. Okay, tell this guy we've done everything. They weren't in the... Oh, I thought I heard fighting in there. Is that blood on you? There were sailors looting your house. They weren't in the mood to surrender. I see. All of you did a thorough job of destroying my home, no doubt. Here, take this batch of potions for your efforts. Now I better get inside and see just how bad things are. Okay, so we're just going to come back here to... Is it Brandon's? Branson's. And I think probably sell those potions because we don't really want them. What do you have for sale?
Follow me.
I am listening. Yes.
You can just
Very
give me
well.
that gem. We'll sell that. And that scimitar. And Bear's Endurance. I might keep that potion, those potions of speed. Right, so let's come up here and do this little encounter. Junie, please. I'm doing the best that I can, but we can't risk exploring the ruins at this time. But where else could William have gone, Elder? You must do something. And what would you have me do, Junie? Sacrifice the entire village's safety just for your husband? You will be to blame if William comes to any harm, Elder. I will not have my child growing up without her father. I understand her anger. It would be tragic if William were hurt or worse, but she must understand that I have to put the safety of the village first. You're right, you can't go rushing in if you don't know what you're facing. Yes, unfortunately in her group, Ginny isn't thinking very clearly right now. I do wish there was something I could do, but not before we have more information. I don't remember you from the Double Eagle. I am Maine, village elder of Highcliffe. I wish you had visited us under better circumstances. What happened that made her so upset? Ginny's husband William has gone missing. He went to gather some stones outside the village, but with the lizard folk attacking the outlying farms, I fear he may have been taken by them. He shouldn't have left the town with the attacks. It's easy to say that in hindsight. What's happened cannot be changed. I want to talk to you about gaining passage on a ship to Neverwinter. Sadly, that's impossible right now. Every one of our ships has been damaged. None are safe for sea travel at the moment. Each time we've made repairs, the lizard folk promptly damage the ships again. Trade with Neverwinter has stopped, and without trade, this village will not have an easy winter. Is there something I can do to help? I would not send anyone into danger not knowing what to expect. I suspect that William's disappearance has something to do with the lizards, but without knowing for certain, I can't ask anyone to risk their lives. I'll look into it for you. You certainly travel with interesting companions, so I suspect you are quite capable of handling yourself. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? I think we've just been insulted. Just take it as a compliment, you two. I did not mean it as an insult. In fact, I assume that you're all quite remarkable individuals to be able to get past the typical prejudices and band together. Oh, well, that's all right then. So you won't object if we look into things. If you are certain about this, then I have no objection. I think it's safe to say that everyone in Highcliffe would be very grateful if you could resolve things for us. Where should I start looking? The lizard folk have been concentrating their attacks on the farms outside the village. And the only farmer left is Chandra. She's too stubborn to leave her home, even with the attacks. You could start your search with her. She may know something that could help, or you could simply wait there and ambush the lizard folk should they attack. Allow me to mark the location of her farm on your map. I wish you luck on your travels and look forward to seeing you all again. Okay, so we can't forget to come over here and talk to Junie. Oh, excuse me. Because we can't do the William quest without it. You were the one speaking with the elder. Did he turn his back on your pleas as well? Actually, he seemed quite reasonable. Reasonable? My husband is missing and he refuses to send out a search party. How is that reasonable? Is there some way I could help? You're willing to take a risk for a complete stranger? I will. This is a surprise. I'll do what I can to bring him back. Please bring him home safely. I don't want my child growing up without a father, even if William does have his weaknesses. He's better than nothing. You may want to speak with that girl, Chandra. She's refused to give up her farm to the lizard folk, so she may have seen him if he went outside the village. Okie dokie. And then we're going to come around here towards the gate and talk to this last guy, and then we've basically got all of the quests that we can in the village of Highcliffe. So talk to this man. So, you're the new arrivals I heard about. You're adventurers, I take it. Who are you? The name's Moser. I know it's an odd name. It was the one given to me though, so I'm rather attached to it. But enough of that. I was wondering if you wouldn't mind helping me out with a small problem. What is it you need? I was hired by a group of adventurers to show them the area around Highcliffe, help them get their bearings as it were. It was a bit dangerous, but they offered more gold than I'd see in 10 seasons working the fields. I'd have been stupid to say no. What went wrong? My employers only paid me half of what they owe me before they went off to explore some ruined castle north of here. They promised the rest when they got back. That was over a week ago. Since you're adventurers too, I was hoping you might be willing to go out and find them for me. I'll let you know if I find them. My thanks. I'll be waiting here for your return. Right, how are we doing? 1664 as our chaotic neutral. We're going to end up being chaotic good soon. And we're about halfway through our level. Why is your constitution decreased?
Everybody, follow me!
Anyway.
Fall in behind me here.
I'm just going to do a quick save, and I'm going to just duck out for a second, and I shall be right back. Okay, we are back into it. So at the moment, the only place we can go is Chandra's farm, right here. So we'll head there. Really nothing around here except for the farmhouse.
Looks like this is the place. But where's...
Who are you? Did Maine send you? Whoever you are, you don't look much like a farmer to me. Any reason why you're gracing me with your presence?
Is there a reason he should? You don't look worth it.
Nishka.
Well, it's just the truth. And she asked.
Maybe you all better tell me what you're doing here. There's been too many visitors lately, and I really don't have the patience for it anymore.
I really am almost considering rolling up a female character and getting through to the point where Nishka joins the party just to see if she does act that jealous all the time. Or whether she has different things that she says at that point. Okay, so we're going to do the truth. The Elder asked us to come here to track down the lizard folk.
Good. Glad to see the Elder finally got wise enough to protect the grain shipments into Highcliff before winter hits. I've been alone out here ever since the others abandoned their farms and took shelter in Highcliff, and I don't know how much longer I can hold out.
Why are you staying here? It seems dangerous.
Well, I'm not here by choice. I'm supposed to be making the merchant run through Port Last and Ember right now. But with the recent troubles, I can't leave the farm, let alone take the trade road from Highcliff. I can't even move my harvest into town. And if I can't sell it, I won't make it through the year, not to mention the town's counting on the trade. I have friends in Ember and Port Last expecting shipments this season.
So the merchant ride out of Highcliff is blocked, the one to Neverwinter?
It's worse than that. I don't know if it's more lizard folk, but no one's come back along that road for a while now. Merchants who take it just vanish, wagons and all. It happens so suddenly and quietly, and the bodies are never found. If you take the road, it's the last journey you'll make. The whole village, and even as far south as Fort Lock, is being cut off. If it keeps up, we'll starve, or worse.
Have you been attacked?
Not yet, but it's only a matter of time. No one's been killed, luckily enough. Mostly buildings and houses have been burned, but no deaths.
That's strange. I would have thought the lizard folk would have tried to kill the farmers first. They tend to, eat people, from what I've heard.
I agree. It is unusual, but the lizard folk may be afraid to push Highcliff too far.
Too far? After all this? Don't know how much farther these people can be pushed.
Shedding the blood of another tribe is different in lizard folk culture, while destroying objects and homes is more, well, territorial is the best way to put it.
Well, no one's been killed yet that I've seen. Just a lot of farms burned and grain destroyed or stolen.
How many farms have been lost?
There were a few early on, but none lately. Most of the farms have been abandoned before the lizard folk attack. No one wants to be there when they strike.
When did these attacks
A few
begin?
months back. I don't know where they've all come from, but suddenly they're swarming all over the place.
A few months ago. These tribes may have been driven here from the mare.
What do you mean?
Tribes of lizard folk have left the mare recently. And I don't think it's by choice. Something's driving them out. From the looks of it, they may be ranging farther and farther in search of food.
Well, I'm more than willing to leave them alone if they left us alone, but when they start burning homes and crops, well, that's when I get worried. I have a feeling it's going to be a rough season ahead, and they're not making things any better.
Do you know where the lizard folk are striking from?
No, but it must be someplace close by. At first, I thought their lair would be close to the water, but now I'm not so sure, and I wonder if they've set up a camp just for attacking the outlying farms. I doubt it's their main lair. It's too far from water, but I've seen fires up at the old ruins. It's only been in the past few days, though, which is strange since the lizard folk were attacking long before that. It's like something's going on up there. I haven't been able to leave the farm long enough to tell anyone. I guess I was counting on the Elder to actually send help.
What ruins are you talking about?
The ruins up there are of Highcliffe Castle, destroyed in a war some time ago. Lots of magic was thrown around, even talk that demons and devils were summoned and fought each other.
I thought I felt something. It's in the ground beneath my feet. Traces of it, anyway.
There's lots from the war still buried around here. Some farmers can't take a plow to some fields without turning over an old weapon or two. But that's not what has me worried.
Say the lizard folk are at the ruins. It could cause trouble for you and the lizard folk?
Well, yes. I suspect there's a reason that place was never rebuilt. It's always had a strange history. Everyone in Highcliffe knows to leave it alone. And there's more than lizard folk troubles nowadays. At least from the tales coming from the southern road. Don't know if you've heard. There's been sightings of forms walking in graveyards, strange shadows. Some of it could be just local drunks talking, sure, but I've heard tales from merchants as far south as Fort Lock.
Are there any graveyards around here?
Plenty, but no marked ones. So many battles were fought here. If the dead decided to walk, there'd be an army in no time. That huge gravesite near Fort Lock, that's one of the smaller ones from the war.
Have you been to the castle recently?
Not for years. Some of the children from the village said there's tunnels beneath the keep. You can find an entrance near one of the ruined towers. But aside from seeing the fires up there, I haven't wanted to risk leaving the farm long enough to investigate.
We're looking for a man, Junie's husband. Have you seen him?
William? Actually, yes, I did. And he didn't stop when I called to him. He looked frightened. Kept looking back as he ran. I just thought Junie had sent him on some errand. She pushes him a little hard sometimes, but he lets it happen, so I don't have much sympathy.
Was he headed for the castle?
No, I don't think so. He was going into the woods around here. If he was going to the castle, he was taking the long way around.
Anything else you can tell us about the area?
Not much more to tell, but if you want to help, let me just mark the ruins on your map. Why do you have that strange look on your face?
I just saw some lizard folk running through your crops.
What? Where did they come from? My barn. And the harvest. I let down my guard for a second and they were waiting for it. Waiting until I got distracted.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to distract you.
This farm is all I have. And now that my harvest is gone and with winter coming, look, if you're going to help, do it. I'm so tired of Neverwinter and Fort Lock and the militia and the Elder and all of them promising to help us out and nothing ever happening. Just once. Just this once. If you can actually do something for Highcliffe, for the farmers here, it'd be long past due.
And she won't tell me anything else here, and there's nothing else to find, so let's just head back. We do now have the location of the castle ruins on our map. Right there. Highcliffe Castle ruins, so that's where we're going to head. Going to resolve a couple of minor quests first. We're going to find Junie's husband William, and then we're going to find the two lost boys. So, Buff. And let's save as Highcliffe Castle Ruins. Okay, off we go. Now I hate doing this interaction here. It is possible with the right skills that you can convince him to go back to his wife. He's basically sick of being nagged by Junie and wants out. You can convince him if you've got diplomacy, I think. But apart from that, I don't think I can bluff my way through it, and I don't have intimidate. So let's have a look. Who are you? How did you find me? Calm down, your wife sent me to look for you. Junie, I should have known she wouldn't let me go without a fight. But I'm not going back. I've made my decision. This clearing will serve just as well as Highcliffe for a home. Why are you out here? Junie's worried. I just couldn't take it anymore. The farming, the child, never any time to myself. She wouldn't even let me spend a few evenings at the Blue Rooster. I decided to start a new life elsewhere. For now, this clearing will do. Tell Junie you found me dead, killed by bears. Here, take my wedding band. That should convince her to stop looking for me. If I say what's in it for me, that'll push me more towards evil. If I say running away isn't a solution, I can then try and convince him to go back. Okay. Running away isn't a solution. I disagree. Sure, I'm living in this tiny camp right now, but it's my choice. No one's here to tell me what to do. See, I don't have the diplomacy skills, so none of that's going to work. Even though I have a high charisma, my diplomacy is still pretty low. But I will try it. With wolves and lizard folks out here, you're lucky to survive another night. Your concern is touching, but I've survived this long. I think I can manage. Oops. I'm not going back and that's it. I'm sure you'll have some more important things to do than argue with me. Very well, I'll tell Junie you were killed. It's easiest this way, believe me. She can get on with her life and I'll have a fresh start to mine. Now that we've come to an agreement, I wish you farewell and safe travels. I need to get this camp in better shape. There we go. Now, I should be able to make this work because I have the bluff skill. I should be able to tell her, but...
Yes.
I am listening.
How can I help?
He was supposed to have given us a ring, and he really hasn't. So... yeah. Let's go and rescue these kids from the wolves. And then we shall head back into town. Here's the wolves.
Your end draws nigh.
These aren't the wolves that have trapped the kids, but these are some of the wolves in the area that we need to clean out. Oh, no, why am I attacking hand to hand? Okay, so second group of wolves over here. Okay, and there's more wolves up over here. Can I attack them from here? No. It's going to want me to come around here first.
Give me a moment. This will all be
Okay, that's that group. So, I could say there's one more, but technically there's two more. There's this group here, and then... so we're here, all the way up here, there's another group of... but they're not... there's the two kids up there, so we're going to kill these wolves. And we're all done. Okay. So we talk to these kids, see what's going on. Well, we know what's going on. I know what's going on, but let's talk to them anyway. Thanks for helping a stranger. Are either of you hurt? No, you're not going to yell at us now, are you? No, I'm not going to yell at you. Why did you two come out here? It was my fault. Dar was telling us stories about someone he met in the mere and how they fought off 1,000 lizard men and evil dwarfs and stuff. It didn't sound all that hard, so Alex and I came out here to look for some so that we could fight them too. Your father's just telling stories. No one's able to do what he said. I don't know, lad. Maybe not 1,000, but we certain... Shush. Al, what was that for? But Dar said he saw it with his own eyes, and Alex and me both old enough to fight too. There was truth. There was a fight, yes, but there weren't 1,000, and the two of you shouldn't be worrying your parents like this. It was you, wasn't it? You were the one that saved Dar and the mayor. Even if I was, do I look like I could take on 1,000 enemies at once? No, I guess not, and you're not as big as Dar said you were. Right, now, can the two of you find your way back? Yes, just don't tell Dar we got in trouble, alright, please? It's best I tell him the truth. Now get going. You handled that quite well. Have you children of your own? This is hardly the kind of life suited to raising children. But on the off chance I get tired of cracking skulls, I'll need to find a comely dwarven wench and make me a whole clan of iron fists. I really don't want to hear this, especially anything about comely dwarven wenches. So says the girl with horns and a tail. Don't be judging dwarven women too harshly. What they lack in stature they make up for in spirit. Well, judging from what I've seen, I believe our noble leader will make an excellent parent. Was that an offer? No, I'm not going to say that. I'll worry about being a parent only if I have to. We should be moving on. This isn't the safest of places to stand and talk. You were the one talking, not me. Rightio then. We will clean out the last lot of wolves and head by the alternate exit. Later on we need to come back and go up that path right there, which leads us up to the castle. But first we're going to head back to town and finish those two quests. Yeah, we're still a way off from getting XP. So there's a group of wolves just around here. They will probably start attacking right about now.
Nature will have its say.
Damn it all. Couldn't get a single hit in. Well, I did initially, but... So, let's head back to town. Oh, that's that one with that guy there. Yeah. Okay. Let's go speak to Junie first and see if we can convince her that her husband is dead. I'm going to stick with that because I think that will be the best option. That will probably be chaotic, which is what I want. I don't see William with you. Have you found him yet? Liar, we found his wedding band on a corpse. Did this belong to William? I knew it. I just knew it. I must let the elders know that he has blood on his hands. How did it happen? Did you take care of whatever killed him? I did what you asked. I found him. I'm waiting for a reward. Here, take all that I have. No amount of gold can replace my husband. I don't know what to do. I've relied on William for so long. Who will take care of the children on the farm? Maybe the village elder can help. He will certainly be hearing from me if you've been willing to send men out to look for William. None of this would have happened. Appreciate the effort. You've been on my half. Now, if excuse me, I need to be alone for a while. So did that do anything? Did we get 1 point towards chaotic? Exactly what I wanted. That's good. So I'm now 17. Chaotic 64. Neutral. Okay, and now let's come down here and talk to the parents of these mischievous kids. Thank you so much for finding the boys. Andrew just returned home. Zakin and I owe you so much. Yes, again, you've shown me the meaning of courage, Elementor, bless you. Just glad the boys are safe. Andrew shall be raised to have the same honour and character that you possessed. He will learn from your deeds. No, don't do that. That's how this started in the first place. I don't understand. What do you mean? From talking with the children, it sounds as though you've been telling them tall tales. And what have you been telling them, Zakin? This is rather embarrassing. I want my son to grow up with the courage that I lack. I was hoping that he'd find in you a role model. Zakin, you fool, did you truly believe that of yourself? The two of us are going to need to have a little talk. It's quite alright, just be more careful with the stories. Yes, I see that now. I will be more prudent with my tales in the future. Please accept this gift from the two of us. We are forever in your debt. Thank you, that's very generous of you. The amulet was handed down to my father, and from my father to myself. It's not seen any use for 3 generations now. I entrust it to you. I won't take any more of your time. Thank you for bringing Andrew back. We're forever in our prayers. So that is... I don't think it's an amulet that I really ever found much use for. Zakin's amulet. Enhancement bonus. Constitution +1. Improved saving throws. Will +1. What I've always done with this is I've immediately looked at everybody's constitution. And
How
what
can I
I've
help?
always found is... So mine's 14. Nishka's is 14.
Everyone, follow me.
Eleni's is 11.
Yes.
Kelgar's is 18. So the only person who really gets any
Yes.
benefit from it is Eleni, because if she has it, her constitution goes to 12, which means she gets a +1, and that means that being at level 6, she'll now get 6 more hit points, taking her to 54. So that's who I normally give it to.
Yes.
Basically, it was just looking for anyone who didn't have an even number of constitution points so that they could push them up into the next bracket. If it wasn't anyone that had that, I'd sell it. It's that simple. So that's that. Let's go and talk to Branson and sell up anything we don't want. Oh, see what you have for sale. There's nothing
How
we
can I
want to
help?
sell.
Yes.
No, there was
Very
nothing
well.
out of all that to sell, of course, because we didn't really do much, did we? Right, let's leave town via this exit because it's closer. So let's just quick save and then take that exit. And we're going back to the ruins. This time we're going to finish what we started. No, that's not true. Because we haven't actually started anything yet. Okay, so up here we find a lizard man. And you have 2 options. You can either listen to what he has to say and decide to partner up with him and help him rescue his comrades in return for being allowed to go and speak to the chieftain of the lizard folk, and you can then convince him to stop raiding the humans if the humans leave them alone. And you can then go back to the village elders and do the same, and that resolves the whole conflict in a good manner. And good as in alignment, good. Or you can kill the lizard man and find a map on his body to the lizard folk cave, and you can go and clean out that cave of all of the lizard folk and resolve the problem that way. You get more experience if you do it that way, and that's the way I'm going to do it. I have played through a couple of times where I have taken him as an ally, and...
Stay back. Slan not fight you. Slan must get help.
But yeah, as I'm saying, I want to kill him because it's a better way to get experience. And I think there's a couple of nice items down in the cave, or at least one magical item that's useful, I seem to recall. I don't remember fully, but yeah. So it means we don't get Slan's help when we go through this dungeon here, but it also means we get extra experience for going down and doing the other dungeon, the Lizard Man Cave. What are you doing here?
Slan leads clan here to sink human boats. Dead ones attack Slan's warriors. Slan escape. Slan must ask Chief for more warriors to fight.
So your clan is responsible for the troubles in Highcliffe?
Yes. Humans invade our land. Hunt us. Humans need to be stopped.
If I help you save your clansmen, will you take me to your chief? No. I've heard enough. Prepare to die. There we go. You discover a crude map on the body of Slan. The map appears to show the location of the clan's lair. If so, these may be the same lizard folk that have been attacking ships off the coast of Highcliffe. So when you click on him now, there's actually nothing... Oh, actually there is a little bit else on his body, but nothing major. Ooh, Gauntlets of the Yellow Rose. When I first got this, the very first time I played through and got to this point, I went, ooh, those could be used by Kelgar once he becomes a monk. That is so far away that I'm better off just selling them. Like, seriously, it is so far away. I'm going to split that stack and give 5 of those to someone else, because I haven't been using them and I want to free up some space in my inventory. Let's get in here and kill the rest of these zombies. Oh, Eldritch Chain, you continue. You continue to amaze me with how good you are. I'm not amazed, but fill me with joy. Did they drop anything? I thought at least one of them dropped something, but I guess I'm wrong. Okay, there's sort of 2 options here. I could go and do the Lizard Cave now, but really, while I'm here, I think I want to clear this area out, because there's a bad guy down in here that we need to stop. Anyway, so let's do that. Let's just save again at the Highcliffe Castle. Oops. I said save again at the Highcliffe Castle ruins. Resume, and in we go. Okay, we start off. No sign of bad guys, but there is that trap which Nisha's going to take care of for us. There we go. And just be a little bit careful. I don't think there's any more traps here. That sort of... No, that doesn't look like a trap. Okay. I don't remember what's behind this door, but it looks just to be a bunch of zombies. So... let's nuke them. Can't wait until... what level am I? Level 6. It doesn't feel like it's all that long until I will be able to have multiple hits with chain. Let me just have a look at Eldritch Chain. What does it say? No, I've got to be level 9. Technically it's level 10, so that it's 2 additional targets at 10 and 3 at 15. So at the moment it's just doing 1 additional target. But because of the Fey power that I have, my caster's level is considered to be 1 level higher. So it means that I can use that sooner. But that level 9 is still a way away. I'm only level 6 at the moment, nearly level 7. Right, so there was nothing in here. So let's head back out. Oh, hang on, we might want to rest. You can't rest.
I am listening.
Just, that will do.
Well.
Very well. Now, there is a door right there which has some bad guys behind it. Okay, I thought there was some down that corridor, but there's not. So let's just open this door. And this is just
we've had enough of this one.
Another room full of zombies. So let's...
Nature will have its say.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay. Why did you cast Body of Fire or whatever it's called on yourself? Like, seriously. And what's wrong with you, Kelgar? You're stuck on a pillar. Oh boy. I didn't realize you could resize that. There we go. Okay. Oh, yeah, I thought there was some down here. Just the one, though. And he's down. Okay, so there's going to be a little cutscene over here. We're just going to quick save before it. Oh, I haven't buffed. Quick save, and let's head over to here, activate this cutscene, and we'll kill this priest, this shadow priest.
Master of the Fifth Tower, you grace me with your presence.
Yes, I am certain. The raising of the army and the attacks on Fort Lock, how do they proceed?
There have been complications, my lord. One of our disciples near Fort Lock has been slain. It shall not affect our plans at the fort, nor the raising of our troops. Our power runs strong here. The war our master pursued here so long ago still fuels our magic. Our enemies shall not prevail.
As long as Neverwinter is occupied, then you have served me, and through me, your master.
We are all in the service of the King of Shadows, Lord Garius. Sometimes we forget he is all around us, and there are no ranks and hierarchies before him.
Think what you will, as long as you carry out my orders. Ah, it seems someone else has come to pay their respects, priest. Perhaps the same ones who slaughtered the priest at Fort Lock. I suggest you deal with them before you share the same fate.
Yeah, not gonna happen, I'm afraid. You are gonna share that same fate. So, as I tab through the enemies in here, there are these 2 zombie adventurers.
Prepare to become one with eternity.
Yeah, I can't attack him yet, so I'm going to move so that I've got... There we go, Shadow Priest. Nuke him till he glows. Hey, you guys, go and attack, please.
I'll take care of this.
What are you two doing? Why are you stuck there doing nothing? Get in there at the very least. And then... You know, you've wasted all of your spells. So...
Nature will have its say.
Sure, I can do that.
There's the priest down. That's good. Now to finish up the zombies. And that won't be too hard. And they're all done. Not that hard at all. You really would have expected more of these weapon racks and things around the room to contain stuff. There's Moses' back pay. I'm going to go and look what's on the Shadow Priest's body. Amulet of Vitality, that's what I want. Now, I'm wearing that natural armor. This Amulet of Vitality gives 2 Constitution. So I'm going to sacrifice a point of AC for 6 more hit points. I think that's a reasonably fair trade, so let's open this. I'm going to give that to you, because I said you could use that before, didn't I? 21, 25, 19, 24. We want to open this pack. Put that in, put that in, put that in, and those are just a couple of scrolls. Thieves' tools can go to you, and we're good. Did you finish unlocking that? No, you didn't. You only removed the trap.
Very well.
Okay. Let's open this up. What did we get? Shadow Priest Journal. Countless soldiers slain, exhumed bodies, blah blah blah. Cannot help but wonder if the citizens of Warlock will recognize their kin in the bone-white faces of the troops. Blessed be our great king. Yeah. Okay. And we don't want that, and we don't want that, and the Wand of Paralyzation we can't use. Nash's Nimble Boots. Now, here's the thing, right? This gives you +3 dexterity. I already have dexterity of... what's my natural dexterity? Damn it, I can't really tell. I thought my dexterity was... Why is it 21? That's a really high value. Fact is that I put these boots on and my dexterity doesn't go up because I'm already using leaps and bounds, which increases my dexterity. I can probably see how much it's being increased by. No, I can't. But that's it there. That's increasing my dexterity. So it's increasing my dexterity, I think, by 4, if I remember rightly. This doesn't stack with it. So if I use these boots, what I need to do is rest. I think I can rest here. Let's have a look. No, there are enemies nearby. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head out. Well, I'm going to try and head back over here and rest right near the door. If that doesn't work, I'm going to briefly head outside and then come back in. Right. So if I rest here, So without any of my buffs, my AC is 22 and my dex is 17. If I put these on, my dex goes to 20, which gives me plus 5, and we go to 24. So we get 2 extra points of that. If I cast Leaps and Bounds, I only end up getting 1 more. So Leaps and Bounds is giving me 4. This is giving me 3. Because they don't stack, and that's the only thing this does is give me dexterity, I'm probably better off giving it to someone else.
How can I help?
And really, even though I've given the boots of tumbling to Mishka, it's probably a better option to give her those boots. Because I wouldn't be surprised to see, what's her tumble? Her tumble is 11. Take away the boots, it's 10. Add those boots back, it was 14. Could give this to Eleni, so that didn't even change your armor class. It just meant that you'll be more likely to hit. That doesn't change your armor class either. Your dex becomes 19, so you already had a pretty good dex anyway, but that armor can't take advantage of any higher dex anyway, so it really, and any other person we could give it to would be Kelgar, and his armor can't improve anyway because it's full plate. It really is a conundrum. If I gave you studded leather rather than that and put those boots on, your armor class would go to 20, but your armor class, I'm going to leave them on me for now.
Very well.
It just means that my armor class is a little bit better if I forget. The 21... If I forget to do the boost, I've got better armor. That'll do for now. I'm not going to worry too much. So let's try and get this dungeon finished as quickly as we can. So we just cleared out that room there. Let's come over here to this one. Another room full of undead. I didn't do all of my buffs either. Why am I not? Oh. Wrong key. The hotkey was 1, not 2. Why did Eleni run down this way? Where did she go? Oh, that's right. She's fighting those guys over there. Well, you know what? Let her do that. Was there anything else in this room? No, there wasn't. Okay, we will finally come back and see what she's doing. I thought there was a trap there. There's something on the other side of that door. Yes, I know there is. I also know that the lizard men... Oh, there's a door there. The lizard men are through that door behind all of these zombies. Ah, this is the door where they appear behind you. Not the other one. Talk about a target-rich environment. Come on. Stop stealing all my kills. Okie dokie. So, what are they? Why did you do that? Yeah, what? Something on the other side of the door. Yes, there is. But first, I'd like you to come through this door here, so I can confirm that there's no more baddies, and there's nothing that we can loot. Right, we've confirmed that. There are no more baddies, and there is nothing we can loot in there. Let's come up this way. It sort of feels like there should be doors on either side there. It feels like I should be able to blow up that barrel and steal something from it. Oh wait, that's Neverwinter Nights. Sorry, Sword Coast Legends, isn't it? That has all the barrels that you blow up. I need you to unlock that. Thank you very much.
Very well.
Okay, and now it's time to kill the lizard men. Level up. That's what I like to see. Save. Level. Assume.
My tears right buttock.
Next. Recommend. Next. Done.
Enemies are near.
Level up. There we go. Next. Recommend. Next. And let's pick your spells. Extra spells that you're going to get. You get 2 more 0-level spells, and guess what they're going to be? Cure minor wounds. You get 1 more 1st-level spell, which is going to be Cure. And you get a 4th level spell, which is going to be Arc of Lightning. I'm sorry I'm not giving a heal spell for that, but Arc of Lightning is just too damn good, as is Flame Strike. So,
Well, look who showed up.
level up. Next. Recommend. Next. Right. What do you recommend there that we take? Dodge. No. Here's what we're going to recommend. Do you already have Weapon Finesse? You must already have it. Okay. Maybe Dodge is the best option then. I'm not going to give you 2-weapon fighting because we can find a dagger for you soon which will give you that. Nimble Fingers. Yeah. What is self-sufficient? Survival and healing. No. And stealthy? No. We will take Dodge. And I didn't realise you already had Weapon Finesse. There it is right there. So that's why it's good to give you the rapier in the first place. Okay, now my level. Here we go. What are we going to get? Next. Bluff, Concentration, Lore, and Spellcraft. Hello, puppy girl. Next. Did we get anything new? No, we don't. That's alright. No, you can't come up. Finish. they're all dead already. They're dead, Dave. They're all dead. Scimitar. Great sword. Scimitar.
I am
Falchion.
overburdened. Perhaps you
Battle
bear some of
axe.
my load.
Oh, shush you, whinger. There we go. And we might just see if we can rest here, which we can. Good. Back down this way. Oh, buff.
Crossfire. Crossfire. Push on revenge.
And let's only a couple of more rooms to look at, corridors to go down, etc. So is there anything down that way? Yes, but yeah, let's get rid of him first.
Theo, no.
There we go. And then we come back to here. Actually, I'm going to open that door there, and I'm going to have
Everybody, follow me.
you open that door there. So we're opening both the doors, because if we don't, our guys actually get a little bit confused and they try and go back and forth between doors and it just doesn't work. So now they can come in either door. Oh man, really, Eleni? Why do you blast with such powerful spells when you don't need them? And there's actually nothing we can loot in here, so that's annoying. What's your problem? Little Chihuahua thinks he should be allowed up on the lounge. Trap there. Eleni's going to take care of for us. That's the only one that I can see. This is just another room full of
Nature will have its say.
and we're all done. Okay, let's wait for this. I was going to wait for that spell to dissipate, but we didn't need to. Okay, we've got another chest over here. And we've got to disable the trap on that. Unlock it. And open it. And that...
Very well.
That is the end of this dungeon, I believe. What is... Oh, because I had that highlighted. Right. So let's head out. A little zig and a little zag. So I think I'm going to I'm just going to head straight out of this dungeon, we'll call it a dungeon, doesn't really matter what you call it. I think I'm going to save up at the end here, not head back to town yet, but when we come back tomorrow, I will head back to town and then head to the lizard folk cave and finish everything up. So for now, that's going to be the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time.